Which of the two of you are with me?
Jim McHale's on the line.
Hey, Jim McHale, how are you? Welcome to Radio Westchester.
Oh,
As I said, I know a little bit about your business from my work with Westchester Talk Radio. So
great. Yes, and I think we've spoken before.
yes, we have. Welcome to
I
the
believe, yes.
program. But now, what I'm very interested in, first of all, tell people a little bit about your business in general. But then, what I'm very interested in is this smart. You're getting rid of rodent issues, but also the sanitizing service. That's what people are going to be interested about vis-a-vis COVID-19. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. So yes, we're a full-service pest control company. Full-service pest solutions located in Westchester. We have an office in Manhattan, Long Island, Oakdale, Long Island, and we're on Madison and 40th in the city. We are, very early in the stages of our lifetime as a business. We wanted to make it all about the client service, so the client experience. So, we knew early on it wasn't about killing bugs. We make it easy to buy. We bundle up services. We're sort of your one-stop shop, exceptional client experience, and delivered it with the mission-critical environmental sustainability aspect. So yes, pertaining to COVID and just public health overall, one of the things we are first to market with is called our SMART program. It's a software-based rodent elimination system, and why it's so appropriate for this time of the in history is because basically, for years we used to put out rodent traps, and we go out and we check the traps and we'd refill them, and we're basically trap checkers, right? And people pay us, by our time, which is perishable, like a piece of fruit. So with this system, we install it, and when rodents enter a facility or a building or a property, we get notified on our computers in our software system. So we actually call you and say, hey, there's rodent activity in your house. Now, that serves like a couple of purposes. There's a tremendous value because, one, we're proactively managing your situation. Two, you're no longer paying us to check traps. You're paying us to find out the avenues of entry, the pathways at which they enter the home or business. Three, it eliminates unnecessary visits inside the home, which is something that people, it's very important to people at this time in history, because most of our services, especially on the residential side, are being performed outside now. So when we do inside services, it's usually for an emergency situation or an active rodent problem or squirrel problem or some sort of a crawling insect activity. But so you're eliminating unnecessary visits to the home during COVID-19. We're calling you when there's a rodent problem. And, again, you're paying us now to find out, to solve the problem, to exclude them from your home or business, rather than just check traps and replenish the bait. So it's chock full of value, and it's a tremendous service. And, we're first to market with it, which is tremendous. It's our third year, and we've had tremendous success. Now, for years, we have always, cleaned up rodent fecal matter, removed and replaced soiled insulation, wildlife and all the things that come along with them, their nesting sites. And so when this COVID-19 problem or pandemic hit, this was a natural pivot to us going into the sanitization, disinfecting business, because we already had the PPE gear. Our guys are trained with OSHA-related masks, and we have the products, and we used to disinfect. But now new vertical markets have opened up. We're doing now pharmacies. We're doing supermarkets. We're doing human services like group homes and nursing homes and those types of things. So all these new vertical markets opened up, and now we're getting a lot of our hotel and our restaurant businesses and our gyms and fitness centers that have kind of shut down during this COVID-19 battle have now called us, and they want us to come in and sort of bundle up the rodent program and the disinfectant, because they, listen, any business person today, they don't want to be the person that opens up and has an issue, a health issue. Public health is top of mind. So a lot of companies are saying, hey, we're going to open up the hotel next week. Come in, disinfect, install the rodents, because rodents right now are a big problem, because a lot of the restaurants closed down, and the dumpsters that normally were full and provided them with daily meals are now empty.
I,
So
I, I
rodents
didn't
are
think of that.
desperate right now. They're
Let me
scattering.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. And I know
Sure.
we're going to be joined momentarily by Louise Weedcock.
I'm
Um,
here.
okay,
I'm here.
we're going to get to you next,
Hello?
Louise. Hi, we're
Any?
Bob
Oh,
Marrone.
good.
We can hear you
Okay.
loud and clear. We were on
Oh, good, good, good.
with Mr. McHale,
Oh
and I
no,
think
I've
you
been
know.
listening now.
Okay, now Jim, are you now that this COVID thing has done what it's done and new businesses are opening up? Are you getting different kinds of calls? For example, are you getting calls from, let's say, a homeowner or an apartment building where people have had COVID, asking you to disinfect or anything like that yet?
Absolutely, we're getting a tremendous amount of calls, and you know, again, because of the rodent situation, when rodents make their nesting sites, when you disturb rodent nesting sites or the fecal matter or the urine, you're exposed. You could get what's termed hantavirus, and that can
Yeah,
evolve
right.
into
Mhm.
HPC, which is a respiratory issue.
Eek.
So you don't want to be like, you know, even COVID, not just COVID, but also these other diseases that come from these rodents now. These restaurants have been closed up, and these, you know, there hasn't been a lot of activity. They've been dark. That's perfect for rodents. And now they're scattered because there's a lot of pressure on them because a lack of food. Subsequent to that, on the residential side, a lot of people are staying home. They're eating more food. Their trash cans are overflowing. We're getting a spike in the amount of calls we get on the residential side for rodents because now the rodents,
Well,
again, they're seeking food, they're seeking shelter, just like
okay,
everybody
Jim,
else.
you know what I want you to be able to do right now, and then we're going to talk to Ms. Weedcock, and then we'll wrap up with both of you together. Ms.
Of
Weedock,
course.
pardon me, is tell people how they can use your services. What's your website and what's the phone number?
Okay, we can be reached at 1-800-479-2284. That's 1-800-479-2284. Our website is www.nopests. That's NOPESTS.com. Website's chock full of information, chock full of value. Our response is immediate, and we're standing by.
Yeah,
Our teams are working from home, the admin teams,
yeah,
and
sure.
our
And
our
I just want to add
technicians
for
have been
you,
true pros.
and folks, even on top of what they normally do regarding, first of all, they're going to disinfect the place for you, but you don't want your apps coming in and using the refrigerator because they can't get in the garden.